Mogul Motivation, educating and empowering entrepreneurs 1 week at a time. Presented by True Stories Media. And I am your host, Antoine Twiz Taylor. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Mogul Motivation. Welcome back. I'm happy that you are here. If this is your first time listening, this podcast is for the aspiring entrepreneur who is trying to get over that hump and make things happen. This podcast is for anybody with a dream, anybody in a career that wants to aspire higher and accomplish their goals. I don't ask for any money. I only ask for two things. Number one, if you find anything beneficial in this podcast at all, please pass it on to somebody else who can benefit from it as well. And number two, please leave a review. Those reviews are very important to the growth of the Mogul Motivation brand. Let me know what you love about the content. Let me know what you would like to hear in the content in future episodes. In this world, nearly almost everything can be replaced. If we get fired from our job, unfortunately, we can always get another job somewhere, somehow. If our business fails and goes under, we can always start another business. If we was to lose $1 million, we hear a lot of stories about businessmen and businesswomen who had to go bankrupt, but they bounced back 10 times better. If we was to lose $1 million tomorrow, it would suck, no doubt, but we can always get $1 million back. We can always make that back and then some. Everything in this world can be replaced. Nearly everything, let me say. Nearly everything in this world can be replaced. If you was to break up with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, if you was to get divorced from your wife, your husband, it will suck, but you can always get another wife or a husband. You can always get another girlfriend or boyfriend. You can always get another car. You can always get more clothes, more shoes. Nearly everything in this world can be replaced. But perhaps the most valuable thing to entrepreneurship, the most valuable thing to entrepreneurs, businessmen, business owners, anybody in a career, anybody with a dream is time. We can't replace time. And that's perhaps the most valuable asset that we have. After July 25th, 2018 is gone, it's gone. We can't go back to it. Once this day is over, it's over with. There is no Back to the Future time machine. It's not going to happen. Time is so valuable and it's so precious, and we can't replace time. So when it comes to entrepreneurs and dream chasers and business owners, how do we manage that time? How do we maximize our time? How do we get the most out of our time? The only thing that is guaranteed, we're not guaranteed tomorrow. We're not guaranteed next week. We don't know what's going to happen. But the only thing that we do know for a fact is that it's 24 hours in a day, it's 1,440 minutes in a day, and it's 86,400 seconds in a day. That's the only thing we know for a fact, and it's the only thing we have to our advantage. We can't worry about the 24 hours tomorrow because we might not make it to the 24 hours tomorrow. We got to focus on the 24 hours today. We got to focus on the 1,440 minutes today, them 86,400 seconds today. That's all we got to worry about, and that's all we get to focus on. And once it's gone, we can't replace it. So how do we maximize it? How do we get the most out of this time? How do we schedule things? How do we manage this time best? I was asked this question a week ago by a fellow entrepreneur, and I decided to make this week's podcast about that. So this podcast is about the timekeeper. How do we keep our time? I have 3 short examples that I use, and these aren't the only ways you can manage your time. These might not be the best ways, but these ways have been effective for me as I grew my business and as I continue to go to the next level in my business and my entrepreneurship goals. Number one is we have to stretch the day. Now, like I said, we only know that we have 24 hours. We only know we have a certain amount of minutes and seconds, but we have to stretch that. And what do I mean by stretch that? It sounds cliche, but it's very true. We have to wake up earlier, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not a morning person. I am the first person to admit that. I hate waking up in the morning. I love sleeping. I love naps. As a kid, I hated nap time, but as an adult, I love nap time. But we have to wake up early. If you hate waking up early, I understand your frustration. Trust me. But listen, it has proven to be true for myself and for many other entrepreneurs that when you wake up early, you're a lot more productive. And the reason why is because you're stretching the day. So if you're waking up at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, you do your morning routine, you say your prayers, you give thanks, you eat breakfast, you start working out. It doesn't matter what your morning routine is. Now you can get started on your task a lot sooner. So you wake up at 6 in the morning, you get started on your task at 6:30, and now the day has been stretched as opposed to you waking up at 10 o'clock, as opposed to you waking up at 11 o'clock. You have a lot more hours in the day to work with now because you have to sleep. You have to sleep. So out of those 24 hours, 6 to 8 hours of that is already gone. You've already lost 6 to 8 hours already because you have to sleep. So now you have to work with the 18 or the 16 hours that you have left. You have to stretch those hours. So you have to wake up early. It doesn't matter. I don't care what time you wake up. It could be 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m. It don't matter. But start waking up earlier than what you usually do, even on your off days. Even on your off days, if you work a 9 to 5, start waking up earlier than what you usually do so that you can get things started on your business and on your goals. Stretch the day. It has helped me. It has helped other entrepreneurs, and I'm sure it can help you. I know you might hate waking up in the morning, but it's very beneficial. So that's the first step, stretching the day, waking up early. The second step on managing our time better is what I call the hit list. And this is actually done before step one. At the end of each day, always make a list of what you have to accomplish the next day. God willing, if you make it to the next day. And it doesn't matter how long the list is. Make a list of all your tasks, all your priorities you have to get done. Make a list, and then when you wake up early, start that list. Start working on that list and work diligently on them. Don't drag your feet, work on them, knock them out bit by bit. Don't focus on finishing all of them, just focus on knocking them out. So if you have 10 things on your list, don't focus on knocking out all 10. Focus on just knocking at least some of those 10 off. If you finish all 10, that is amazing. But don't overwhelm yourself and focus on that. Just focus on the work ahead of you. It's like when you're eating a full plate of food, you methodically eat away at it bit by bit. You don't just dive all in and just start going crazy. It's the same thing with your task. And whatever you don't finish, you roll that over to the next day. So if you finish 6 out of 10, you roll those 4 remaining tasks onto your task list for tomorrow. And then God willing, you make it to tomorrow, you continue the process. That has helped me out a lot in my entrepreneurial career. A lot. I can't stress how important it is. Cause see, when you just going throughout the day with no plan, you're not going to get anywhere. You're going to run in circles. You have to have a concrete plan of what you need to get done. So you need to see what's ahead of you. You need to know what the game plan is so that you can attack it properly. And when you attack it properly, you're going to be a lot more efficient in getting things done for your business and for your career. So that's 1, stretch the day. 2, make your hit list and knock out that hit list methodically. And number 3, the third step that I have that has benefited me in managing my time is you have to unplug. You have to get off your phone. You have to get off your computer. If you're on your computer, it has to be about work. Don't mess around. Don't be on social media. Don't be just randomly shopping, doing online shopping. You have to unplug. And it's very hard because we live in a technology age where, our phones are glued, are chained to our hands. So it's so easy to start scrolling on Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat. It's so easy to do that. It's so easy to start reading random articles that have nothing to do with your task or your goals. We all fall victim to it. I do. And one thing that I do is I either, depending on the severity of the situation, I would either just delete all the apps off of my phone, or I would just turn my phone off. I'll put it on airplane mode. I'll leave it in another room while I'm working. Either way, whatever method is more efficient for you, you have to unplug. You have to unplug from your phone. All these distractions, group chats, group me, social media, everything. All of these are distractions. They're distracting you away from what really matters, from what you're trying to do, from building your business, from getting better at what you do, from making more money. It's a distraction. Social media is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with social media, but we have to unplug sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. We can't be so in tune with things that don't matter, all of this clutter. Because we're going to get bogged down. We're going to start getting into our emotions. We're going to get angry. We're going to get distracted. We're going to get sidetracked. We're going to get involved in debates with people that don't matter. We got to stop doing that. We have to unplug from the world if we're going to continue to conquer the world. It's the only way. So whatever method works best for you to discipline yourself, whether it's deleting the apps off your phone, whether it's blocking certain websites, or it doesn't matter what it is, you just have to keep in mind, I have a job to do. I have goals to accomplish, and I'm not going to accomplish those goals as long as I'm being distracted reading these gossip articles, and as long as I'm scrolling down my timeline looking for something that's not there. We cannot replace time. 24 hours, 1,440 minutes, 86,400 seconds. We can't replace them. Once they're gone, they're gone. So we have to maximize all of that time while we're here and while we can. Stretch the day. Wake up early. And then get started on your hit list. Start knocking out your task. And whatever you don't finish, you roll it over to the next day. And then unplug while you're knocking out your task. Get off social media. Stop texting. They'll be there when you come back, I promise you. Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat ain't going nowhere. Your group chat ain't going nowhere. It'll be there when you get back. These are 3 steps that has helped me manage my time better in my entrepreneurial journey. And I hope that these 3 steps can help you out on your entrepreneurial journey. So let's continue to work. Let's continue to imagine reality. And remember, we cannot get time back. We can always get more money, but we can't get more time. So we have to manage it the best we can to elevate ourselves to the next level. Have a great day, ladies and gentlemen. I'll talk to you next week.